Hey guys, today we have Manoj and he is having total 3 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Manoj, how are you?
Hi Faz, I'm fine. How about you?
Yes, I'm also good. Shall we start?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief, Manoj?
Yeah, as you know that my name is Manoj. I have
Mm-hmm.
3 years of professional experience in Java Spring Boot and I currently work in TCS. And my
Mm-hmm.
recent project is on retail domain. We have our own product. Even though I work in service-based company, we have our own product called OmniStore and we have several clients in US and UK market.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, in my project, we use Java 21 as a tech stack and Spring Boot to develop APIs, REST APIs, and microservices. And deployment will happen in Azure Cloud for our testing environment.
Okay.
And I'm aware of CI/CD concepts as well for Jenkins
Mm-hmm.
and Docker to package and images, those
Okay.
things.
Okay. So tell me the new features that were introduced in Java 21. As you said, you are using Java 21.
Yeah, in Java 21, we can see that virtual threads were introduced.
Mm-hmm.
That virtual threads are independent and it is not managed by directly from OS. It is managed
Okay.
by JVM.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in when the physical machine is managing your threads, you have some
Mm-hmm.
limitations on how many threads you can run. But
Mm-hmm.
here in virtual threads, it can skip in up millions of
Mm-hmm.
threads. In that
Okay.
way, you can.
Okay. So are you using that feature in your project?
No, currently I didn't use because I we have one archival and purging microservice.
Mm-hmm.
There I'm using executor service and I'm using fixed thread pool for doing the things because we have chunking logic based on number of threads, how much we are configuring in our
Mm-hmm.
application properties. Based on that
Okay.
itself, we are chunking.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the reason.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So what's a project methodology like waterfall, agile, or what?
It's a agile methodology.
It's agile method. So what is agile method? Why do we use agile method nowadays most of the time?
Usually in Agile method, everything will break it into complete new models and stories.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whenever the new requirements comes, we will
Mm-hmm.
split it up into tiny things, and
Mm-hmm.
we will create some stories on it. And we will
Mm-hmm.
get the requirements from product owner. They will finalize it from customer. And once that feature is functionally valid, they will
Mm-hmm.
assign it for Scrum team. And in
Mm-hmm.
Scrum team, usually we have developers.
Mm-hmm.
Individually contribute for any functionality.
Okay. Okay. So have you used HashMap in your project?
Yeah, hash map I have used.
Okay. So can you tell me what are the concurrency risk in HashMap in multi-threaded environments?
So yeah, concurrency, right? Usually
Mm-hmm.
the hash map, whatever we use, that is not thread safe one.
Mm-hmm.
If we
Correct.
want
Correct.
to update or read anything in multi-threaded
Mm-hmm.
environment, that is not possible. So we are using concurrent hash map, so it is thread safe and it will allow mutually exclusive, like only that segment get locked, not the
Mm-hmm.
entire map also. So it will yield us a better performance with in multi-threaded environment.
Okay. Okay. So concurrent hash map basically behaves differently prior to Java 8 and after Java 8. So do you know the difference?
Yeah, earlier in Java 8 before, I think, if I'm not wrong, the entire map is getting locked so that each and every thread, whatever it is accessing, it is
Mm-hmm.
entirely blocking that map and no other threads can be accessed. But after
Mm-hmm.
that, they have introduced some segmentation concept so that
Mm-hmm.
whatever the row we are trying to, whatever the key or value we are accessing, only that portion will get locked and
Mm-hmm.
other map is unlocked itself. So other threads can easily access and
Mm-hmm.
modify it.
Okay. Can volatile keyword guarantee thread safety?
Volatile keyword, it just solves the visibility problem. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to explain me what is visibility problem means, whenever
Mm-hmm.
we have some variables that we are accessing multi-threaded environment, other threads cannot able to see the updates made
Mm-hmm.
by different threads. It will always read the old value itself.
Okay.
So if we use that volatile keyword, all the
Mm-hmm.
threads can see the latest value. It will directly
Mm-hmm.
refer from JVM memory.
Okay.
Cache, I think it will get
Mm-hmm.
removed.
Okay. Guys, I want to share something important with you. Actually, Manoj prepared from our interview preparation kit and cracked multiple interviews. We have also referred him to multiple companies. So let me tell you, the interview preparation kit has basically four main parts. The first is complete interview preparation material. It is a step-by-step material made by me, expert and MNC's interviewers. 99% of the questions asked in interviews are covered in it. Second is two real enterprise projects. It contains code and video recorded sessions, and you can add this in your resume. Third is lifetime chat support. Here you can ask your doubts anytime. Fourth is referral support. Here we help you get referred on the top MNCs. So basically, the material is organized as per your experience level and covers Java, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data JPA, Kafka, microservices, Maven, Git, coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. You can buy just a complete interpretation material or the full kit with project support and referrals. I have added the links in the description below. So now moving to our interview. And guys, before moving to our interview, I would like to know the feedback of my interview preparation kit. So Manoj, can you please provide?
Yeah, I have gone through that interview preparation kit.
Mhm,
The one good thing I have observed is it is very much detailed in concept, and it's
mhm,
kind of roadmap. Initially, you have covered the basics of Java, and then you have
mhm,
moved for advanced topics, and
mhm,
most frequently asked interview questions as well on topic
mhm.
based, even on scenario based questions as well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Manoj. So moving ahead, Manoj, how does Java memory model impact the use of synchronized and volatile?
Yeah, Java memory model. Yeah, it's nothing but how JVM manages the multi-threading,
Mhm.
right? How it
Okay.
resolves that synchronized and volatile keyword thing.
Mhm.
Synchronized is will we can implement it synchronized on top of any method that will
Mhm.
solve the mutually exclusion
Mhm.
issue. Mutually exclusion means whenever a certain block of code it is
Mhm.
executed, try to access multiple thread at the
Mhm.
same time. It will allow only one thread to access it, and later it
Mhm.
will release the lock, and then it will allow another thread to access it.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, got it. So can you explain how completable future works and how would how you would chain dependent async task?
Completable future, right?
Mhm.
Sorry, can you repeat it one? Completable?
Yeah, completable features work. First, tell me how completable feature works.
Yeah, completable future is one way of invoking threads and doing the
Mhm.
tasks.
Mhm.
Usually, that will be done in async way.
Mhm.
Whenever we invoke any tasks through executor
Mhm.
service, that will
Mhm.
return future objects. So, if
Okay.
you are implementing the callable interface, then it will return
Mhm.
something for sure. If you are implementing runnable interface, that will
Mhm.
return the void thing. If you want
Okay.
anything written,
Mhm.
so when you are using that completable feature, you will get more
Mhm.
fine-grained access on it. Like you can complete a thing and you can wait for something, and then you can do after getting those results, then you can
Mhm.
say that then apply kind of thing method is there.
Mhm.
So you can perform further task as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay, got it. Uh, do you know about phantom references?
Phantom references.
Mhm.
Not sure any other keyword for that
No, no, no.
apart any
Phantom
other.
references are just references that get enqueued after the object is finalized, but before memory is reclaimed.
Okay. Hmm.
It is useful for managing resources when GC frees memory.
Okay.
It's a kind of miscellaneous concept we don't use is okay, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's one of the concept in Java. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Manoj, let's say you are tasked with analyzing memory leaks in a long running application. What tools and techniques will you use?
Long running application, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
long running queries in DB, for example, if it
Uh,
is connected to database.
yes,
First
yes,
of
yes.
all, what I can see is I will see the queries
Mm-hmm.
section, and if I see any query optimization can be done, if it is using any like operator, it will go for a full
Mm-hmm.
table scan. I can optimize by using equal to, or if any join we can use it,
Mm-hmm.
then that we can bring up the cost. Apart from that, we can If we are using any where keyword, we can add index for the database so that
Mm-hmm.
it will speed up the things.
Mm-hmm.
And if the application is querying frequently the queries and the results are not changing frequently, we can use cache as well in database layer.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one optimization we can do. Apart from that, if the memory leak is the main concern from application end, we
Mm-hmm.
can get the heap dump and see for any heap issues there. For example, if any we are using static references in our code, those things if
Mm-hmm.
we are not cleared out by using any concept like TTL or anything, that will also get piled up and it will cause memory issue.
Okay.
And apart from that, we can use
Okay, so
uh,
Manoj, tell me, we have a garbage collection concept in Java, right?
mm,
So can we have memory leaks in Java even we have garbage collection?
yeah, it is possible. As I told that
Okay.
if we are using some static references and if we are
Mm-hmm.
not clearing out
Uh,
explicitly, Java will not clear those by using garbage collection at all.
okay.
And the way how we use um, multi-threading things, if we are spinning up
Mm-hmm.
more threads and those things are all not pointing to null reference, the objects will stay more in memory and it will cause
Mm-hmm.
memory leaks as well.
Okay, okay. Okay, so how would you design a thread pool that adjusts size based on the system load?
System load.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In Java 21, we can use that virtual threads, right? It will automatically scale up and scale down based on the
Mm-hmm.
things what it needs to be done.
Okay.
Apart from,
Okay, so you are saying in Java 21, onwards 21, we could
hmm,
use virtual threads
yes,
that is a dynamic
yes,
auto scaling happens auto, right?
yes,
Okay, so yes, if we are talking about Java 8 and like older versions of Java, we could use
hmm,
thread pool executor
yeah,
with a
yes,
dynamic core or maximum pool size and a rejected
yes,
execution handler. Okay, something
yes.
like that. Okay, anyways, moving ahead. When would you use tree map over hash map?
Can you repeat it?
When would you use tree map over hash map?
Pre-map.
Tree map,
Tree map, okay.
tree
Tree
map.
map is an hash map. We can't,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we insert any records into hash map,
Mm-hmm.
hashing will happen and it will store elements into map, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
not in structured way. It is not
Mm-hmm.
in particular order. But if you use tree map, that will be sorted on ascending or descending order based on our
Mm-hmm.
comparator, what we defined there.
Okay. Okay. So, how does the Spring Bean life cycle work internally?
Spring bean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whenever a bean is created and registered in
Mm-hmm.
IOC container, uh, what will have
First instantiation happen, then populate properties and bean post processors, like in post contract, then bean post processor after init, then ready to use, then destruction.
yeah, I think I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so tell me, why does Spring Boot prefer constructor injection over field injection or other injections?
Okay, in constructor injection mainly comes into place when we write JUnit test cases.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we use that constructor injection, unit testing will be very much easy compared to using autowired by using field
Mm-hmm.
injection because we cannot able to mock the objects and pass those dependencies in the
Mm-hmm.
test classes. That is the one advantage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Uh, can you explain how custom conditional annotations work in Spring Boot?
Custom conditional annotation.
Yes.
For example,
Uh, or let's say only conditional annotation. You have heard
okay.
about conditional
Yeah,
annotation, right?
conditional property annotations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually, any kind of conditional annotations.
Mm-hmm.
For example, conditional on property annotation is there that
Mm-hmm.
usually will be useful whenever we need to create that bean or
Mm-hmm.
mark that particular class.
Mm-hmm.
If that particular property satisfies. Usually in my project, I have used this conditional on property
Mm-hmm.
and I'm creating those beans whenever the job is true or false in that way. Based on Boolean
Okay,
value, I
okay,
will trigger.
okay. Okay, so tell me, what's the internal mechanism that enables Spring Boot auto configuration feature.
Okay, Spring Boot auto configuration, right?
Mhm.
Usually, Spring Boot auto configuration will happen by referring. It will see the factory classes.
Spring dot
Some factory
factories.
methods or yeah, string of factories will be there. There
Mhm.
it will get the class loading things and everything,
Mhm.
and it will see the pom.xml and whatever the dependencies we have added, it
Mhm.
will go to that particular class path and it will
Mhm.
load all those classes necessary
Mhm.
dependencies into our class path, and then
Also
it
enable
will
auto configuration.
yeah
These both combination enables Spring Boot auto configuration feature, right?
yes.
Hmm. Correct. Okay, so let's say you configured a scheduled task, a scheduled
Hmm.
annotation task, but it's not
Hmm.
running. What
Hmm.
might be the issues?
Okay, the first thing we need to check is whether we have enabled that enable scheduling annotation in our
Mhm.
main class or configuration class.
Yes,
If
yes,
that is
correct.
not there and if we invoke directly schedule class, it won't work. That is the first thing
Mm.
I can check on it. Usually, if we have that enable scheduling and if I annotate any method with that scheduled and
Mhm.
if I give any fixed delay or cron expressions, ideally that
Mhm.
method will trigger based on Spring Schedule. Spring
Mhm.
scheduler will be built-in dependency in that starter parent itself. You don't need to add anything. If you want to change the scheduler like quads, you want defined control on it, you can
Mhm.
import that and you need to explicitly trigger that.
Correct, correct. Okay. Can you have a circular dependencies with constructor injection?
Circular dependencies with
Mhm.
constructor injection.
Mhm.
Not sure, but I think it is possible because
Yeah, yeah. So
I
yes, constructor injection
yeah,
cannot resolve circular dependencies.
mm,
Solutions are to refactor design, use header injection, or apply lazy annotation.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, how does scope annotation at the rate scope behave in a multi-threaded REST controller?
Scope, usually we define it on beans, right? What kind of scope it should
Mm-hmm.
take, whether it is prototype or singleton. By default, all the beans will be singleton. If we
Mm-hmm.
want to make it as prototype, means each and every class instantiation or object creation, it will inject new objects. That's how
Mm-hmm.
prototype work. But your question is on where we need to use that scope annotation on REST controller. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. How does scope annotation behave in a multi-threaded REST controller? So
Not sure.
basically, it creates a new bean instance per HTTP request, not shared between threads. Each request gets its own scoped instance.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for that, I think we need to give that HTTP a request, right? A scope annotation should be a request type.
Yeah, yeah, request type. That's
We
correct.
have session as well. If that should be the behavior, I think we need to give it as a request.
Yes, yes, that's correct. How do you implement a secure audit trail in Spring Boot with user context propagation?
Secure audit trial.
Mhm.
I didn't heard this terminology.
Oh, okay. So we could use here Spring Security for context. We could implement auditor, audit or aware to capture user information and configuration. Okay, so
Hmm.
these are some miscellaneous things. So it's fine if you don't know out of the box things, right? Okay, so how do you create a custom Spring Boot starter and when is it useful?
Custom Spring Boot starter.
Mhm.
Hmm. Not sure. Means we are making
We have
as
starters
another
like
pro.
Spring Boot Data JPA starter, right?
Hmm.
Uh, can we create a custom Spring Boot starter?
Yeah, we can add one project dependency into another project.
Mm-hmm.
But not sure on creating starter. That is the
Okay.
question you are asking in different way.
We could create a custom Spring Boot starter, our own starter. Okay, so we should
Mm,
first, in order to create this, first we will create a new module, define auto config in Spring.factories, provide
mm,
dependencies, default configs, use. I mean, there are some certain steps. If we follow those
mm.
steps, so yes, we will be able to create custom Spring Boot starter.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So moving ahead. So let's say you want to update only selected fields of an entity. What will be your option?
I will go with DTO classes.
Mm-hmm.
I will create one Pojo object where I will define all the entities, columns which are all I need from that
Mm-hmm.
particular entity, and I will use that in whenever I'm querying from that API.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So tell me the difference between put and patch operations.
Okay, put means we are updating the entire object. It is
Mm-hmm.
not only the particular column, but
Mm-hmm.
patch means if you want to update any particular column, that we can do it. If you
Okay.
have some
Mm-hmm.
want me to go in detail, I can.
No, no, it's fine.
Hmm.
Uh, why does lazy loading break in REST APIs and how do you solve it properly?
Lazy loading breaks in API.
Hmm.
Mm, Usually, lazy loading means we will not instantiate the required things or load the required things at the startup
Hmm.
itself. Whenever it is invoked, then only those things will get instantiated. I
Hmm.
think when we are doing API call, if those things are not available, immediately it won't wait for the response. I think that's why it will fail. Not sure about the answer. I'm just giving a high level concept.
Uh, yeah, that may be the correct, but what I know is session is closed before serialization. So that's why how it break. And solution is we could use join fetch or enable open entity manager in view, DTO
Mm,
projection, something like this. Yeah, some high level concepts. Okay,
okay.
so moving ahead, why might using native queries cause issues in Spring Boot?
Native queries
Cause
cause
issues.
okay. Native queries, right? I think if you are confident on choosing only one DB and if you don't
Mhm.
want to prefer any heterogeneous DB support for your application, I think it works fine. But if you want to go with the heterogeneous DB support, then it might break because the syntax will be different in different
Mhm.
DBs. You have limit in Postgres and MySQL, but if you want to limit those records in SQL Server, you need to use that top star, top
Mhm.
10, those things. Syntax
Mhm.
varies because it can break.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, so Manoj, let's say you need to call three microservices in parallel, right? And combine the result. So how would you design this
Okay, calling three microservices at once, right?
and combine the result?
Mm, but for calling microservices from one service to another, means from where we are calling from particular one service, we need to call three different microservices and we need to get the output and then combine that output in
Hmm.
one microservice, right?
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
we are
yeah.
calling.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think we can use sync operation for this.
Okay.
REST template by using REST template we can call the any microservices whatever we want by using HTTP calls,
Mm-hmm.
and once we get those things we need to wait till we get a response from all three microservices and then we need to join fork and join. I think we can use it.
Yeah, that is also correct. And also we could use completable
Yeah,
future
completable future.
dot all of method, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so tell me how distributed tracing work.
What?
Distributed tracing.
Distributed tracing.
Mhm.
Distributed tracing means
Uh, Tracing means like tracing an API, tracing an API from, I mean, life cycle of an API. We are logging, tracing.
okay.
Distributed traces
Usually
means
mm, we need
tracing.
to use Saga pattern for this, I think.
Yeah, 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 saga
Yeah.
pattern.
Yeah, in Saga pattern, if you use that Saga pattern, usually that will track all the ongoing API requests from one
Mm-hmm.
microservices to another microservice. And if
Mm-hmm.
anything fails, also it will invoke an fallback method
Mhm.
to get a response for caller microservice, and there they can handle the failure
Mhm.
scenarios.
Okay.
In hmm,
Okay. So, Manoj, tell me, let's say JWT token has expired midway
hmm,
through a microservice call chain. How would you
hmm.
handle this scenario?
Okay, authentication itself is broken now. The
No,
two
no, no.
in midway.
Authentication is not breaking.
Yeah, yeah.
JWT token has expired midway.
Hmm, hmm.
So how would you handle this
Usually,
scenario?
in Midway, I'm not sure, but I know high-level concepts on JWT and how it works. Usually,
Mhm.
when we invoke any login API and we give our credentials, the security filter chain will intercept and it will create a,
Mhm.
JWT token based on secret key. And before that, it will validate with DAO user detail service, and it will once the username and password is proper and it is authenticated, it will generate a JWT token
Mhm.
and it will generate a refresh token as well.
Mhm.
So whenever the time limit is exceeded, then refresh token will again regenerate it. But in midway, I'm not sure how it will work.
Okay. So in midway also we have a concept of refresh tokens. If it is
Hmm.
expired in the midway, so if something breaks, it would go to the breaker method, and then it will recall the token, refresh the tokens. Or we could also
From that
allow,
particular service itself.
yes, yes, uh,
Okay.
and also service to service calls with auth to client credentials instead of JWT. So this is another way.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so have you worked on Kubernetes? Kubernetes.
Kubernetes, yeah, just now
Okay.
started working on deploying applications.
Okay, so
DevOps,
let's
we
say you
have
are
13 DevOps team.
okay, so you know or you don't know.
Not in depth, basic
Not in
high level
depth,
understanding I have.
basic. Okay, okay. So let's say you are deploying microservices on Kubernetes, right? How do you perform zero downtime rolling deployments?
Zero zero downtime rolling deployments, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If zero downtime means, okay, whenever we are creating the existing services is there, right? That
Mhm.
that we should not remove completely. We should have one pod up there, and whatever the new pod we are bringing up, we need to by using load balancer, we need to bring some 50% traffic here and there,
Mhm.
and once that deployment is completed, I think if everything is working, then we can completely switch the traffic here. Until that, it can route 50% traffic there
Mhm.
itself.
Okay. Okay, so do you know about uh, the difference between integration testing and unit testing?
Yes, unit testing is testing some piece of block of code, but
Mhm.
integration testing is combining all the systems, all the microservices, how the product
Mhm.
behaves. That combination, everything we need to test.
Okay. And do you know about contract testing?
No.
Okay, so it very basically verifies API compatibility between services.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you implement IP rate limiting in Spring Boot for public APIs?
Okay, we can use Resilience 4J library
Mhm.
and we can do that one. But in my project, usually rate limiting for API will be done from cloud end itself.
Okay,
Azure will take care of it.
okay, yeah,
We
we could
won't
use
have any
filter,
problem.
interceptor, concurrent hash map, Redis to track IP requests. Could
Hmm.
apply token bucket or leaky bucket algorithm also.
Yes.
Okay, so moving ahead, how do you manage sensitive configuration in distributed microservices like password tokens?
Some key valid store will be there, right? We can store all those things there, and
Mhm.
whenever we need to use that, we can create some environment variable, and
Mhm.
there we can fetch and just reference we can give there, so
Okay.
it can't be exposed.
Mhm. Uh, how explain how you automate your build, test, and deployment lifecycle using Jenkins or GitHub Actions?
What?
Like, do you have experience on a pipeline, CI/CD pipeline?
Yeah, it's all automated by DevOps. Whenever we push our build to GitLab,
Hmm.
that will automatically build and create image
Okay,
and
okay.
run all those unit testing, and it will deploy into environment. They
Mhm.
maintain the environment things.
Okay, okay. Okay, so can you tell me the few Git commands that you use frequently?
I will use Git clone and Git status and Git
Mhm.
branch and
Okay,
Git checkout
okay. So
and Git
how
commit.
do you resolve Git your conflicts?
Okay, in conflicts, usually I will do it in IDE. Conflicts will happen whenever same piece of code is or
Hmm.
same file is written, modified by two developers.
Hmm.
So we have their changes as well and my changes as well. So we
Hmm.
need to see line by line, and whatever it is required to keep the code properly, we need to resolve
Hmm.
it, and we need to make an fresh commit.
Okay,
In this way,
okay.
we can resolve it.
What's the difference between Maven clean and Maven install?
Maven clean will delete the existing build in that target folder, and
Hmm.
then install means it will recreate the jar.
Okay, which editor you guys are using?
I use Spring STS.
Can you tell me a few shortcuts that you know in the Spring STS?
Control Shift O will do organized imports, and Control Shift
Hmm.
F will do code formatting. Control
Hmm.
D will do deletion of some particular line,
Okay.
and Control S. Those things are all common.
Hmm. Okay. So do you know about solid principles?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't explain about solid principles. That
Mm.
uh, take any principle and
Mm.
tell me how that principle is very helpful in your project.
Okay.
Hmm.
Usually that dependency inversion is there, right? That's
Hmm.
the common principle Spring also uses. Whenever we are injecting any dependencies, we will not create any
Hmm.
new objects, and we will use interfaces. We don't
Hmm.
directly interact with services. We will go with always interfaces, so that any new changes also we need to do it in future, that is
Hmm.
easily compatible. So we are enforcing the contracts there
Okay.
through interfaces.
Hmm. Okay, got it. Moving ahead. Mm, do you know about Maven lifecycle?
Maven lifecycle. Yeah, I used to do that clean build and
Okay,
clean build.
okay,
That's it.
okay, okay. Okay, so tell me some servers that are not by default available that but it Spring Boot provides those servers as well.
What that store server?
Yeah, servers. Like Tomcat is one of the server. Spring Boot
Hmm.
also provides some other servers as well.
Yeah, Jetty it will provide and Tomcat it will provide. These two I'm aware. And one more server also it will provide inbuilt
So
support,
how
but
can we implement Jetty server?
in application properties, I think you need to exclude the Tomcat server and
Mhm.
include Jetty server in your configuration
Mhm.
in pom.xml file. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me some environment names that you guys are using in your project?
Environment names means
Means
um,
for you, for production, for testing, for development.
profile kind of thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, we environment. Yeah, where we actually deploy our code, right? For QA, there
Mhm.
will be QA environment, and for dev, we have dev integrated environment. And when they do SIT, those things, the implementation team will have their own
Mhm.
environment, and everything will be self-managed by cloud.
Okay. Uh, okay. So can you tell me some uncommon Spring Boot annotations, but important ones?
Uncommon but important.
Mhm.
usually this whenever we are doing field injection, we use
Mhm.
auto wide, right? That
Mhm.
if we blindly use that auto wide, it will always be true only, and it will expect that dependency to be injected. If you
Mhm.
don't have the dependency, your bean will not get created for that
Mhm.
particular class. But you have required option as well in that. If you make it as false, even though the dependency is not available, your bean will get created. That is
Mhm.
one key thing. It is very useful in my project because I am doing
Mhm.
field injection, and my based on my jobs, it should inject.
Okay. And also tell me some uncommon Git commands, but those are very important.
Uncommon. Usually git merge and all we will do it.
So these are
Rebase
common git
also.
merge, pull, push.
Yeah, rebase is there,
Yeah, rebase,
and one that is not important. We can
cherry pick.
revert the head commission. Cherry pick, that is the one important thing.
Mhm.
But usually we used to do that one. If we have some different branches
Mhm.
and we need to put from dev branch to release branch
Mhm.
any certain commits, I can use cherry pick.
Mhm. Config, git config.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Manoj, yeah, it's done from my end.